Hello, doers. My name is Jose Ignacio, and today we're going to learn about what a quote calculator can do for your business and how you can begin setting one up. Let me paint a picture for you. You've got a thriving business, and being the savvy doer that you are, you've created quotation templates for products commonly sold together. That helps to speed things up for your sales team. Nice. But what if you sell services too? For a business like Stealthy Wood, which offers bespoke furniture and on site assembly, a one size fits all approach to determining service costs doesn't cut it. After all, having our expert ninja craftsman people assemble the furniture for an entire office building is a lot more time consuming and costly than having a single ninja intern make a desk for a home office. That's where quote calculators come in. Once a quotation template has been set up, a quote calculator is a spreadsheet that communicates with the Odoo sales app to make it easy to adjust costs for the goods and services in quotations. Let me show you what I mean. So, enough chit chat, let's hop into our database. Quoting means selling, so let's open up our sales application over here. Now, we're actually going to go ahead and click on the new button over here just to create a new quotation. For this example, I'm going to pick one of our regular customers, Azure Interior. Let's start by typing their name in our customer field and letting this all auto populate. And once that's done, Stealthywood does so much business with Azure Interior that we've created a quotation template just for selling to them. So I'm going to go ahead and select it here. All right, so you guessed it. It's going to be furniture essentials. And presto, a pre made quotation. Wow, loads and all the sections and everything for both furniture and for assembly and even delivery costs, actually. Wow, we thought of everything for this one. So, having a quotation template is essential for using a quote calculator. Orders without a quotation template can't use a quote calculator at all. There's a lot of products here, but let's check out these first two products that we happen to have: furniture assembly and local delivery. So, these are services with a set price per, in this case, additional costs based on details like who's doing the assembly, where the delivery is, etc., etc. To change those details, let's go to the top of the quotation form and click on our quote calculator smart button. Woo! So, over here, we've got a pre-configured quote calculator. At the bottom of this pre-configured spreadsheet, you can see the tabs for, in our case, transport and assembly, instructions, products, sales order lines as well. Transport and assembly is the sheet where we'll actually make changes that update the quotation. Instructions over here is just instructions for the user on how this particular calculator works. Products, which is a list of every product Stealthy Wood, in our case, stealthily sells, and its related information as well. We need that information to do quote calculating. And you can see that right there because it's very beneficial. And here's the instructions, just so you can see that real quick. Moving over here to SO lines, this section sees what's in the sales order, and that's why we call it SO, if you will. And it uses that information to do the calculations too. But let's go back and focus on transport and assembly sheet over here since it has the sections we're updating. Okay, what's going on with this page, you might ask? Changing the values in the aptly titled transport and assembly section that we have over here updates the quotation. You'll also notice a couple of tables like transport costs, which is pretty important right there. And this shows the capacity, fixed cost, and cost per kilometer for a couple of different vehicles in our fleet. Kilometer, if you want to pronounce it that way. Truckload, margin, and cost repartition are all informative, by the way, reflecting the changes that we make in real time to reflect our changing quote. First, over here in our nice little yellow one, let's type in 5 meters for that one inside of the extra volume field. And look at that. That brings the total volume for this order to 11.1 cubic meters, cube space, if you will. That automatically adjusted the recommended video. That's a small little doopsie. It adjusted our recommended vehicle below to a light truck. So let's actually adjust that. We can just select this right there and pick it. Perfect. That in turn has now updated something else. Our fixed cost has gone up and our cost per kilometer as well. Since a bigger vehicle is more expensive to drive around, that should be obvious. Azure Interior is nearby, so setting the distance in our case to 20 kilometers now also covers this delivery. And that updates finally to a transport cost of $158. Good stuff. Let's talk assembly next. Under assembly, we can set the hours our apprentices and carpenters will spend assembling the furniture. Apprentice work and, in our case, extra apprentice time and a few others are already set to 8 hours. So our carpenters and our apprentices will be working 8 hours each, representing time that's been spent working in Stealthy Woods woodshop stealthily. For the time our carpenters will spend on site at Azure Interior, I'm going to add in 4 hours to both of our extra slots, four there and four here for both carpenters and apprentices alike. So now you're going to see our total time and our other fields have gone up with each of these changes. All right, now we have our last field, risk factor. We're going to set this to 0. I don't anticipate there being any risk to our carpenters putting together tables in an office, and Azure Interior will appreciate us saving the money. That gives us a grand order total assembly of 3,990 US dollars. With that, we're going to go up to the top of the calculator and click our nice little save button to save it directly and return us to our quotation. Back on the quotation, you can see that the furniture assembly that we have over here has been updated as well as the local delivery just to match our calculator. A properly set up quote calculator can save you time, allowing employees who aren't product experts to sell more easily and reduce the possibility of human error. All great reasons to use them. Now that you've seen a quote calculator in action, I'm going to show you how to begin creating your own. Every business's needs are unique, and I can't tell you how to set up your spreadsheet and which formulas to use, but I can tell you and show you how to get started. So let's click New over here, and we're going to create a new quotation. We're going to do it like the first one. We're going to choose Azure Interior for a customer, and we're going to do the Furniture Essentials quotation template once again. But this time around, we're going to click our little arrow link over here, and we're going to click on our quote calculator field. Okay, instead of choosing the shipping and assembly costs, I'm going to select search more over here. All right, so on the search quote calculator form over here, I'm going to go down to the bottom and click the create new button. All right, and there it goes. You guessed it, it's opened up a new quote calculator in the form of an untitled spreadsheet. Untitled, but definitely not empty. This sheet contains everything in our product catalog. Regardless of what you want to do with your quote calculator, the information about your products is the most essential element to actually doing it. So having everything automatically pulled here helps you out. The next thing that you want to go do is actually go down to the bottom over here, and we're going to select create a new sheet. So let's make one. Actually, sorry, it's the plus. Small odoopsie right there. All right, so this one is essentially going to serve as our control center. I like to use the control center to define all the pricing I'm going to use in the quote calculator. That might be something like delivery radiuses, hourly rates for skilled workers, flat fees for project reviews, and redos beyond an initially agreed upon amount. Whatever makes sense for your business and your needs. So then you're going to need to build your actual quote calculator. This can be a new sheet if that helps you stay organized, or you can put it on the control center sheet. Your quote calculator will reference the data in your product list and control center and include fields you can fill out just to update your quotation. Think of the transport and assembly sections in the shipping and assembly cost calculator I showed you earlier. This setup works for more than just services like shipping and handling, of course. You could use it to keep track of the materials a general contractor uses for a home, the creation and review process for a freelance graphic designer, or even licenses for custom software development. So long as you have product information, a good idea of the variables that are going to be going into your customer's final costs, and a sense for the formulas that you're going to need to get that data talking to each other, you can build your own quote calculator. Okay, so you've seen how a quote calculator in action works and learned about the principles behind creating a quote calculator that makes sense for your business. If you're a spreadsheet whiz, you've got everything you need to get started. If you're not, Odoo has representatives that'll be happy to help you set one up. Until next time, Odooers, go grab a snack. We're eating a little chocolate cake as I'm hungry now.